everyone, welcome back to a new Vlogmas video on my channel. So today is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be so much a vlog, but it's going to be a sit down with me Q&A, also a get ready with me. I asked you guys on my Instagram for some questions to just get to know me a little bit better. I like to do this once or twice a year just to give you guys a refresh of who I am and let you know about the person that you're watching. And also I've been meaning to do an updated get ready with me because I have so many new products I want to show you guys. So stay tuned for this video to see how I get this makeup look and also for a little chatty Q&A, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so I am very excited to show you guys my full makeup routine, my current go-to makeup routine. Out of all the years I've been doing makeup, this is the first time I've actually really loved how my makeup looks. So we're gonna show you guys the full makeup look. I will have all the products linked, and while I do my makeup, I'm going to answer some questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram, and I will try to answer as many as I can. I don't want to talk too long and make this video way too long because I always do that with my Q&As, but I will, yeah, just talk about me. First thing I'm gonna do is actually like do my eyebrows a little bit. I usually get my eyebrows threaded like about once a month, but I haven't gone in a while. I actually canceled my last appointment because I didn't feel like going. I always hate going to beauty appointments. I hate sitting there and just waiting, getting stuff done. Eyebrows usually isn't bad though because it's only 15 minutes, but still. Okay, so I'm gonna start off the video by answering the most like basic questions and most commonly asked questions. My age, I am 31 years old. I turned 32 in February. I'm using this little like razor brush to kind of like get underneath my eyebrows. I'm gonna also pluck them. I'm from Maryland. I was born and raised here. I have not lived anywhere else in my life except for Maryland. Where I live right now is also where I was born and raised, and I just never wanted to move away because I really love the area, and it's very important for me to stay close to my family, my parents, so I live like 10 minutes from them, and it's just a great location, and I don't ever plan on moving or living anywhere else. I did go to college. I graduated with my bachelor's in communication with a focus on public relations and journalism, and I got a minor in marketing as well. I feel like a lot of my college education translated into my career in social media. I went to Salisbury University. I graduated in 2015. I'm trying to think what else are the most commonly asked questions. Oh, I do content creation and YouTube full-time. This is my full-time job. I don't have any other job. I think that pretty much covers it. Those are the basics that people usually always wanna know. So now I will get into the more specific questions that I was asked on Instagram. Someone asked if I have any plans on moving to a different apartment / house. Before I answer that, let me share my foundation routine with you guys. So to prep my skin, I actually did do my full skincare routine, and I'm gonna do a vlog showing you guys my morning skincare routine and all the products I use. So I did like the serum and the moisturizer and all that, but I like to also use this Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. It's a skincare product. You can use this alone or before makeup, and I like to use this as a last step of my skincare and right before my makeup because it just gives your face like extra shine and dewiness. So right before I apply my foundation, I like to just like put this all over my face like this. And for foundation, I'm going to be using this Huda Beauty Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation. This is a new product. I started using this a couple months ago and I've been obsessed. It's the perfect shade for myself too. It's in the shade Toasted Coconut. And it also has niacinamide in it. So yeah, it's just really good for your skin overall, and it does really look airbrushed. Okay, so back to the question about whether we would ever move from this apartment or house. And the simple answer to that is yes, we definitely want to move. We really do love it here, but we've been here for so long, we kind of just want like a change of pace. And the reason we've been here for so long is because we really do love where we live. We love the location. We love our, our unit in general is really nice. Like it's very spacious. We have a lot of room. It just works for us. The management is really amazing and helpful here. That's our biggest thing. Like everywhere we would go look in the past at different buildings, I would always look at the ratings of the management because that literally makes or breaks how a living experience is sometimes. So our management here is so extremely helpful. And like I said, we live close to my parents. We also live close to Anto's parents. So, it's very important for us to stay close to our family because we're very involved with our family. We see them like multiple times a week, but we do kind of want a change of pace. We kind of want to live in a different building. We're also looking into houses. The housing market is, I think everyone knows by now, is just not the best. And you know what? I don't think it ever will be. I don't think it's going to get better from here. So we're looking at, like townhouses and like other options. Our lease ends in July of 2025. So we still have time to think about it, but like we're exploring all of our options and, you know, keeping our options open basically. We're not closed-minded to just staying here, but we do love it here. And, you know, if they give us a good rate, like how can we give that up? Because rent is also so expensive everywhere. The reason why we stayed here in this building, why we renewed our lease, is because they only increased our rent by $10 a month. So we're like, oh my God, how can we say no to that? We have to stay. Everywhere else is so expensive. I think we would move if we, one, find a better like looking unit or a place that we like a lot better. And two, if the price is either the same as what we're paying now or slightly cheaper. I don't think we would go somewhere to like pay more. So yeah, those are like the two components. And also if we find something that's like nice in this area. So it's a lot of different factors. But you know, we're playing it by ear. Of course, if I ever do like decide to move, I will document that for you guys. I do miss doing moving vlogs. I did that like in 2020 and it was so much fun. So we shall see. For concealer, this is another new product I'm using. This is the Hourglass concealer and I'm using the shade Fawn. I just love this concealer. It's super like blurring and just has really good coverage. Oh, my ethnicity. I totally forgot. This is like a basic question that I always get asked too. So I am half Filipino and half white. My mom is from the Philippines and my dad is from Minnesota/Wisconsin. So yeah, I always get mistaken for like Hispanic. I think mostly Hispanic. When I was growing up, a lot of people would talk to me in Spanish and I would have no idea what they're saying because I unfortunately don't speak Spanish. I understand it pretty well actually. But when I was a kid, I did it. So yeah, I would always get mistaken for Hispanic, but I am half Filipino and that's my ethnicity. And then someone did ask, will you still be visiting the Philippines? Because I mentioned that I was going to the Philippines for a month to visit my family. We were supposed to go this year actually for December because my mom wanted to go for her 60th birthday. My mom has not seen her family since 1994. It's been 31 years. No, it's been 30 years, yeah. So, you know, she doesn't like long plane rides. If you guys know, the flight to the Philippines is like literally a 24 to like 30-hour trip. It's really rough. Like it's really long. So that's really the reason why we haven't gone back in a while or why she hasn't. For my powder, another new product. This is from Tower 28. This is the Get Set powder. It's a really nice blurring powder. I use the Palisades Pink. Guys, I can't pronounce that word. I cannot pronounce lots of words, and you guys always never fail to correct me in the comments. But this is like the really pretty light pink color. The lighting of this room gets really weird because it's overcast today and the sun keeps coming out, so sorry if the lighting keeps changing and it's hard to like see the different products. But yeah, it's like a really nice pink shade, so I like to use this to set my concealer. And then I also use this as a last step to set my entire face at the end when I finish my makeup look. Sometimes I like to use a loose powder specifically for setting my concealer, and the one I like to grab the most is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder in the rose color. So again, a very light pink shade. I'm really loving the light pink colors for powders because I feel like it just brightens the face so well. Okay, so we're gonna just do this. Kind of like set that, bake, as I should say. Do people still bake their makeup? I miss that era when we would bake our faces and bake our concealer. Whoop, my hair is getting in the way. Okay, and then in between a lot of the steps, I like to spray a setting spray to let all the layers like blend in together. So I also recently learned the difference between a setting spray and a fixing spray. The fixing spray is what you use as the last step after you're completely done with your entire makeup look to like set it in, to make your makeup last for hours. And a setting spray is what you use in between your different steps. So in between using your foundation, applying blush, applying bronzer, applying all the different layers of makeup, you use this to kind of help like make it all one layer, you know what I mean? So in between all the different steps, I like to spray this. And then this setting spray is the Too Faced Makeup Insurance. It is a blue light defense, so helps block like blue lights from your phone, from your computer and stuff like that. Okay, my next step is to contour and bronze my face. I'm using the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. I love this thing, another new product. And the shade I'm using is Chocolate Caramel. It smells like chocolate too, so good. Oh yeah, the Philippines. So I'm not sure, honestly, if we're still going because it's all entirely up to my mom. It's my mom's decision. If she wants to go, I will go with her. If she doesn't want to go, then we're not gonna go. My mom, like I said, has not been back in 30 years, so this is a very big trip for her. She's not a good traveler. Like, she cannot do plane rides. She gets really nauseous and dizzy. I don't blame her. I get a lot of that from her. Honestly, it's still kind of up in the air, but if we do go, We are planning on going for Christmas of 2025, so all of December of next year. So I feel like right now it's like a 70-30, maybe like a 60-40, 60% chance we're going. I really do hope we go though, because I have not been, again, since 1994 with my mom. And I don't remember it. I was a year old. I was born in 93. So I would love to go and like, you know, visit my family and also explore the Philippines. Someone asked how I met my, and then it says a red heart. So I'm assuming that means how I met my boyfriend. So if you're a regular viewer of mine, you know that I have a boyfriend. We've been in a very long-term relationship, and just to get these questions out of the way, because I also always get these questions about marriage and kids and stuff. We do want to get married. We talk about it all the time. We are in no rush. We're very happy with where we are. And we do want to have kids. And again, no rush, but we do see, you know, that for ourselves in the next 5 to 10 years. But yeah, how I met him is a really funny story. So I met him in 2015, and we actually met through a mutual friend. And if you guys watch my vlogs, you may know my friend Ida. She's like one of my best friends. We actually met through her because at the time she was dating a guy, and he was kind of like mutual friends with Anto, but also I think he was like cousins with one of Anto's like close friends at the time. Me and Ida used to always go out. We were 2015, we were like 20, 21. That was like our age range. So we were in college. We were always going out. Every weekend we were out somewhere, and we would always take photos and do like cute little photo shoots. So basically we would always post each other on our social media pages. And at the time, Anto followed her because he knew who she was. She was dating one of his friends. Oh yeah, he and Ida had met before. They like were at like a house party or something, or like a get together. And Ida posted me and tagged me in the photo. And then he saw me through that post, and then he followed me. And when I saw that he followed me, so I knew who he was, because like our group of mutual friends at the time, like we all knew who each other was, but like a lot of us had not met before. So I had never met him, but I knew who he was because of like mutual friends. The mutual friends that Ida and Anto had, like I was friends with those people too. So it's actually funny because like I knew who he was, but I always wondered why he never like hung out with us, because we would always go out, like that group of mutual friends. So I don't know, I never saw him out once. But I'm really butching up my nose contour. This is not the regular brush I use. I use like a much smaller brush, but basically I like to try to do like a little circle around my nose tip right here. So long story short, we followed each other on Instagram. We knew who each other was, just had never met. But I think we were following each other, and we would like each other's photos like all the time. As soon as he posted something, I would like it. As soon as I posted something, he would like it. And we were doing that for probably about like 6 months. And then finally it was May. It was like the beginning of summertime. He commented on one of my photos. He had never commented before. It was always just liking, but he finally commented for the first time, and he put a little like, I have to insert the emoji. It's like the little like emoji where he's doing like the little like, I don't know, what do you call that? Like a smirk, like very suggestive emoji. So he commented that on one of my posts. I replied back, and I forgot what emoji it was. Oh my God, I hope I still have the photo up. Is it up? I think I might have deleted the photo. Anyway, I replied to his comment with just another emoji. So we are communicating with emojis now publicly on comments. That was our first form of communication. Before that, it was just likes. So then after I commented that emoji, he DM'd me. So he slid in the DMs, and that was back before you could just like simply message someone on Instagram. You had to send a photo in order to message someone. So he took a photo, he took his phone, and he placed it on his leg. And so the photo I got was just like a plain black blob. So funny. So yeah, he said, you are mad gorgeous. That's all he said. That was the first message. And the rest is history. We were DMing for like only a day or two, and then we exchanged numbers. And at the time I was still in college, and he was living in Florida, in Orlando. So we would come back to like Maryland because we were both from here, like our families are from here. So we went to high school in like the same county. Our high schools are probably like 15 minutes apart from each other. So that's pretty much why we like knew of each other, through like mutuals. And like, I guess, you know, our county is big, but it's also small. You kind of like know everyone, but it's big enough to like be away and get space, if that makes sense. Yeah, we would just like text. And then I came back one weekend to visit my parents because when I was at college, my phone shattered and broke. So I needed to come home, and my mom needed to help me get a new phone. At the time, my phone was still underneath my parents' account. So, and it just so happened the weekend I came back, Anto came back to visit his family from Florida. And he and his friend, mutual friend, that we like kind of knew each other through, they were having like a party like night. Like they were so funny. We were funny back then. They rented a limo and they invited me and my friends to the limo. So me and Ida, we went and I met Anto for the first time on that limo. And honestly, that's it. The rest is history. We started talking after that and we were doing long distance for a long time. And then I graduated that year in December. And then he moved back to Maryland for good in the following February. So for about 7 months, we were long distance. But I would always fly to Florida to go visit him. I took like 3 classes my last semester of senior year, so I was rarely at school. I always left school. I would come home here and then go to the airport, fly down to Florida to visit him, and then he would always come back home too. So yeah, it was really fun our first year of dating. Okay, so for bronzer, another new product. I feel like all these products are brand new that I just started using. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer, the infamous bronzer. This is my first time ever using it and I love it. I'm in the shade 2 medium. A little bit here, little bit here. Oh my god, out of all the makeup products I'm going to show you guys in this video, this is my #1 favorite product. I love blushes and this is the perfect blush shade for the fall and the winter time. It's from Fenty Beauty. It's a cream blush and it is in the shade Rose Latte. So it's like a really pretty kind of like brownish amberish shade. Someone asked where I see myself in 5 years. You know, when people used to ask that question, I never knew what to say, but now I feel like I have a really good idea. I'm about to turn 32 and I kind of have an idea of what I want for my life in the next decade. So in terms of personal life, I do see myself married with children, hopefully living in our forever home. And I do see myself still working in social media. I do see myself still vlogging and posting content on my own socials, but I do also see myself doing some like side projects or maybe like starting my own business. I've always talked about that and that's always eventually my goal, but it's not really currently my goal right now. Sorry, the lighting keeps changing, so I like have to keep refocusing it. I always think about doing like social media consulting, you know, giving advice on how to manage your own social media accounts, how to like be a content creator. I also see myself starting like a interior design consulting business. That's always been a passion of mine. I am in no way professional and I feel like I could definitely improve on my interior design skills, but I would love to like take classes and learn more about interior design because it's something I love so much. If you guys watch my home decor vlogs, you know how much I love decorating and like making a space very homey and cozy. So I see myself doing stuff like that in the next 5 years. But definitely I want to keep vlogging. I want to keep this YouTube channel going, and I see myself keeping this YouTube channel going for the next 5, 10, 15 years. Sometimes when I use cream blushes, I like to do a powdered one right over it to kind of set it in more. So this powder is another amazing, beautiful color for the fall and the winter. This is from Bare Minerals. It's in the shade But First Coffee, and it literally is like a coffee shade. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous kind of reddish brown color. Speaking of where I see myself in 5 years, someone also asked if I plan on vlogging when I have kids, and yes, I do plan on vlogging when I have kids, but I haven't decided how much I want to show because I want to keep my children's life, my future children that have not been born yet, I want to keep their lives pretty private. I really don't like influencers that exploit their children and like make their content focused around their kids, especially when they're babies and toddlers and they can't have a say. And also there's a lot of really creepy people out there. So there's a lot of things I'm taking into consideration, and like, you know, I do want to share family life, but I also do like to keep the lives of my family members private. Like there's a reason I don't show my parents and like my brother and like my family members, because I want to give them their privacy and like not be so open. Like obviously I'll show myself and my boyfriend because we are content creators, but I will keep vlogging, like, you know. So I don't know how much I want to show of them and how much I want to show of my life. Like I don't know if I want to be a mommy blogger. I feel like I would keep doing the content I'm doing now, but also obviously my life is going to be very different. My day to day is going to be extremely different. So I guess just like showing, you know, the day in the life of a mom, but like I said, I don't know if I want to show my kids too much yet. Okay, I'm doing my eyebrows with my AOA Studio Eyebrow Pencil. I always talk about this brow pencil. It's from Miss A. It's an online, pretty much like a Dollar Tree beauty shop. All of their products are under $10. This eyebrow pencil is only $1 and it works amazing. Very, very good dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury pencil. What job would you do if you weren't creating content? You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you so much, Samantha, for that. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I would definitely still be working in social media. My job before I went full-time with YouTube and social media was in social media and marketing, and I was managing and creating content for several Twitter and Instagram accounts for a bunch of different brands and companies. I worked at a consulting firm. For my eyeshadow, I always usually do a very muted eyeshadow. I just stick to browns. This is a new eyeshadow palette that I just got from Urban Decay. It's the Moon Dust Urban Decay Space Cowboy eyeshadow palette. Space Cowboy eyeshadow is very, very popular. This is it in the middle. Space Cowboy, you might have seen it on TikTok or social media. It went viral, I think, like a year or two ago. It's such a gorgeous color. But I like to stick to this brown color and then this other brown color, so these two. I use the Space Cowboy like on the inner eyelids and kind of like on my lid, but I like to emphasize brown. What has worked best for maintaining the long, healthy relationship with your mans? Ooh, great question. The biggest thing is open communication. I think that has to be number one. Open communication, trust, and honesty, and also listening. It's not just about communicating, but you have to be a good listener. It's so important to listen because so much can get misconstrued or, you know, miscommunicated if you don't openly listen. And also not just listening, but like understanding and putting yourself in your partner's shoes and understanding, okay, I can see why he or she is upset about that. I'd probably be upset, but even if you wouldn't be upset, you still should try to see from their perspective. So that's something that I think I do really well. And also I hate fighting. Oh my God, I hate confrontation, not just with my boyfriend, but with anyone, my friends, like anyone. I do not like beef or confrontation with anyone. I want everyone to be good. And if there is beef, I'm the type of person that likes to solve it right away. What I have learned is not everyone wants to solve it right away. And that's where we used to butt heads a lot, because Anto was the type that like needed space. Like, no, we cannot talk about right now. I need some space to think. We can talk in a few hours. But that wasn't me. I would want to talk right now, right this second. So, you know, just also learning your partner's needs are like I said, you know, if they're the type that needs space, you need to learn to give them space. So now if we get into little arguments, I'm good with just, okay, let's just talk in a few hours. Go get your space. So just open communication, listening, understanding, putting yourself in their shoes, trusting, and being honest. And at the end of the day, just being loving and just knowing that whatever happens, you love each other. I love communicating. I think that's why I'm so good at social media, because I love to communicate and I like to over communicate. So I think that's really helped with like a long-term relationship. Goals for 2025, someone asked. So it's funny because I actually started writing them down. I'm just so excited to carry out these goals and to accomplish them. And also I'm going to make a New Year's reset video where I talk about my intentions for 2025, like just resetting for the new year. So I'll talk more about these in that video. I always post that at the end of December / first week of January, so look out for that. But just a quick little rundown of what I have so far. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do just a little tiny bit of a winged liner. So I'm gonna use the MAC Brush Black. This is just the MAC like little gel pencil. Number one is to continue with my weight loss journey and, you know, losing more weight. I have not hit my weight loss goal yet. I really wanted to by the end of the year, but I had some health issues come up in October, November that prevented me from doing that. So I'm gonna also make a updated weight loss video for Vlogmas, so that's gonna be coming soon. A lot of my goals always revolve around health. So another goal I have is to take care of my gallbladder. I think I talked about my gallbladder issues a few times before, but I'm still having gallbladder issues. My what do you call it? The polyps in my gallbladder have grown a little bit. I got them checked out like a few weeks ago, and they've grown just a teeny bit. Not like to the point where it's like very bad, but it's like when they grow, they want to monitor it and make sure that it's not an issue. So I want to take better care of my gallbladder, and a lot of that has to do with my diet. I drink so much coffee, so I want to limit coffee because that affects your gallbladder. That's also part of my goals. I want to limit my coffee intake and drink more matcha and drink more tea. I talked about that, I think, in my second Vlogmas video. I've been doing pretty good. I've been drinking coffee like 4 days a week as opposed to the 7 days a week I used to drink coffee. My mascara, I use the YSL Lash Clash. It is the only mascara I've used that literally makes my lashes look so voluminous. Like I don't even need to wear strips anymore or get extensions because this mascara just like gives that effect. Other goals, I want to improve the quality of my content. That's always a goal of mine every year, to continue to grow and improve my brand. I also want to start creating a website for myself. So that's kind of like a work goal for myself slash like thing I want to start doing on the side. I work with a lot of different brands and I have so much content that I have created for brands, and I want to like create a portfolio to have all that content in one place and eventually use that for future job opportunities. And you know, I just want to like live my life more in the present, less online, less in the past, less in the future, more in the present. And I feel like that's something I really have a hard time doing because I'm the type that's always trying to plan for the future, and I'm always thinking about the past. Well, actually, I don't really think about the past anymore. I think more about the future. So I want to just, you know, learn to be more present, learn to like just stop worrying and, you know, being so anal about what I need to do for the future and just focusing more in the now. So I think that's like top 3 goal. Someone asked, does Anto cook for you? Anto is actually a really good cook. He knows how to cook, and he does cook for me sometimes. He's really good at grilling, so sometimes we'll go to Whole Foods and get steaks, and he's really good at making steaks. He's really good at like breakfast food. Sometimes he'll make me like a big breakfast platter. So yes, he does cook. We're gonna do some lips now. I have been loving the Fenty lip liner in the shade Extra Thigh. It's kind of like a mauve-y color. It looks really good with like all lipstick shades. Lately, I have been using the Makeup by Mario lipstick in the shade Erin. I've had this for quite a while. It's always been a favorite of mine. And then I'm going to be topping that off with the Say Glossy Bounce. It's a like lip gloss, lip treatment. And this is in the shade Play. It's a really pretty bright pink color. Someone asked, how do I find my cute outfits? So I get a lot of my outfit inspo from Pinterest, and I will link my Pinterest. I save pretty much all of my inspo on Pinterest, you know, lifestyle inspo, home decor inspo, a lot of home decor inspo, beauty inspo, a lot of like hairstyles. I get inspo from Pinterest. There's a few stores that I like shop for all my outfits at and that are like my go-to places to find clothes. So the main ones are Zara, NAKD, H&M, Aritzia. I feel like those are the main ones. Honestly, if you go to the NAKD website, all the clothes that are on their website are basically my style. What do you do when you feel at your lowest? I feel like in my vlogs, I really show a lot of the good sides, but there are a lot of bad sides and down moments that I don't show. And I usually tend not to want to vlog when I'm feeling at my lowest, because when I'm at my lowest, I do not like to do anything. I like to like sit, lay, and that's kind of what makes me feel better. I like to just like not do anything, not go anywhere. I like to like seclude myself and be to myself and just feel what I'm feeling and let it ride out, because a lot of the times it'll pass within a day or two. But yeah, when I'm feeling at my lowest, I like to kind of be alone, you know, talk to like really close ones. I'll talk to my boyfriend or my mom about what I'm feeling, let myself feel those feelings and tell myself. It's a lot of like mentally talking to myself. Like I'm my own therapist. I tell myself, what you're feeling is normal. You don't have to feel ashamed about what you're feeling, and just know that this is gonna pass. I like to treat myself. I like to take care of myself when I'm feeling low. I like to take a nice, hot, long shower, everything shower. I like to give myself a facial, just basically like treat myself like it's a spa day, because that makes me feel better. I like to clean when I'm feeling low, because that kind of helps distract myself from feeling, you know, what I'm feeling. It also just helps me feel better living in a clean environment and being somewhere where it's, you know, clean. I like to eat a really good comfort meal. I have a lot of different comfort meals. For me, a comfort meal is probably pho, some type of soup. I love soup, and soup is such a comfort for me. So sometimes I like to order a bowl of pho when I'm feeling yucky. What else is a comfort meal? My mom's home cooking sometimes. This is why I need to live close to my parents, because I need them so much for like so many things. Let's see what else. Watching a comfort show or a comfort movie. My comfort shows are Friends, Modern Family, New Girl, The Office. Right now, actually, SVU, Law and Order SVU is my #1 comfort show. I've been watching that a lot. Okay, I just set my whole face with the Tower 28. And then I'm actually gonna go in and do like one more layer of the Fenty Cream Blush because that's how much I love it, and I feel like the powder kind of like muted that a little bit. But yeah, just, you know, slowing down, you know, staying home, having a nice little mental health day is what I like to do to make myself feel better when I'm feeling down. And again, just telling myself this is not permanent, you're not gonna feel like this forever. Also, writing in my journal really has been helping me lately. And I highly recommend it. It's like having your own personal therapist, but they just don't respond to you. But you can vent and rant and say anything you want on those pages. And it feels so good writing it out and just getting it all out. And it's kind of nice because no one ever has to see it. No one ever has to hear what you're thinking, but it just feels so good to say it. That is all for my makeup look. I'm gonna link all of the products that I use in my description. This has been probably my favorite makeup look in a very long time. I have not been happy with makeup since 2016, since we used to do the full beat. So yes, you guys, that's all for my Q&A. If you have any other questions for me, leave them in the comments. Other than that, that is it. And I hope you guys enjoy getting to know me a little bit better. That's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next Vlogmas video.